25th January 2022. Morning Murli. Om Shanti. BapDada. Madhuban. Sweet children, it is now your stage of retirement. Therefore, remember the One Father and make preparations to go to the land beyond sound, means Nirvana. Question: who does the Father not discriminate between? Answer: he doesn't discriminate between the poor and the wealthy. Each one of you has the right to claim a high status on the basis of the effort you make. As you progress further, each of you will have a vision of your status. Baba says, I am the Lord of the poor, and this is why all the desires of the poor children became fulfilled. This is the final period. Some people's wealth will remain buried underground. Some will be looted by the government. Those who ensure everything will the Father make everything they have worthwhile. Song: At last the day for which we had been waiting has come. Om Shanti. The meaning of this is very simple. Everything has to be understood in a second. Claim your inheritance from the Father in a second. Your children know that the unlimited Father has already come, but not all of you have firm faith all the time. In worldly relationships, when a mother is to have a baby, it is immediately understood that the mother will give birth and then sustain the baby. So, here too, this should be understood very quickly. Your children now know that God comes after the path of devotion. No one in the world apart from your children knows for how long the path of devotion continues or when it starts. You can tell everyone when the path of devotion begins. People say it has continued from the time immemorial. There are definitely two things, knowledge and devotion. They say it has continued eternally, but they don't understand the meaning of eternal. The cycle of the drama continues to turn eternally. It has no end or beginning. People continue to tell lies. Sometimes they say it has been thus many years, and sometimes they say it has been that many years. The Father comes and tells you everything. No one can attain the Father by reading the scriptures, etc. The Father can be attained in a second. It is said, liberation in life in a second. No one knows when the Father comes. They have lengthened the duration of the cycle. The Father knows, the children know everything, but the wonder is that some don't have full faith even after 10 to 20 years. When they have faith, no one can say, this is not my Father. It is very easy. It has taken some of you a long time to become the children. They don't have full faith even after 10 or 20 years. When you give someone the introduction, now he is able to have faith in a second. The story of King Janak is of the latter period because day by day everything continues to become easier. Very good points also continue to emerge, and so someone is able to have faith very quickly. The Father says, children, may you be bodiless. Renounce all the innumerable bodily religions. Originally, there was just the one religion. There is growth from one. This is the human world variety tree. It refers to human beings. You also have to know the tree of the variety of religions. They have religious conferences, but they don't know what the first worthy of worship religion is. It should enter your intellect that the ancient religion is of Bharat, and so the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, must definitely have created that ancient religion. The birthday of Shiv is remembered in Bharat. There are so many temples. The biggest temple, the land of Nirvana, is that of the Father, and you souls who also reside there with the Father. A temple is a place of residence. So that great element at such a big temple, it should enter your intellects that The element of Brahma, which is the highest temple of all, is the place of residence of all of us. The sun and moon don't exist there because there is no night or days there. In fact, our spiritual temple is the land of Nirvana. That is Shivalaya, the temple of Shiv, where we reside with Shivbaba. Shivbaba says, I am the resident of Shivalaya. It is the unlimited Shivalaya. You children of Shiv also reside there. It is the incorporeal Shivalaya. Then when you come into the corporeal world, your place of residence would be created here. Shivbaba is now here and it's sitting in this body. This is the living Shivalaya to whom you can talk. The land of Nirvana is also Shivbaba's Shivalaya, where we souls reside. Everyone remembers that home. We come from there to play our parts. Everyone has to go through the stages of Sato, Rajo, and Tamo. This is not in the intellect of anyone in the world. All souls have received eternal parts which have no beginning or end. You children know that you are originally residents of Shivalaya. The heaven that Shivbaba establishes is also called Shivalaya. It is heaven and is established by Shivbaba. It is the children who live there too. How did they receive their fortune of the kingdom? That was the beginning of the golden age and it is now the end of the iron age. So who created the deities? The masters of heaven of the golden age. Here too there are so many beautiful lands. America is a first class land. They have a lot of money and also a lot of power. It is the highest at this time. It has the omens of Jupiter. However, together with that, it also has the omens of Rahu. At this time, there are the omens of Rahu over everyone. There has to be destruction for everyone. Bharat, that was the wealthiest of all, has now become poor. All of it is the pomp of Maya. There is the full force of Maya, and this is why people consider it to be heaven. Look at what there is in America. People are so attracted by it all. Look how fashionable Bombay has become. It was not like that earlier. There is the full pomp of Maya. They built 8 or 10-story buildings. There won't be so many multi-story buildings in heaven. There won't be even double-story buildings. They only built them here because there is no land. The cost of land has increased a great deal. Therefore, people think it is heaven. They continue to make plans. However, there is the saying, man wants one thing and something else happens. People have so many worries. There is death for everyone. There is news of death around everyone's neck. You are also now on the gallons. Your intellects are connected to the new world. It is now the time for everyone to go into the stage of retirement, which is why the Father says, now remember me. Myself gave you directions. It is now the stage of retirement for all of you, and I have come to take all of you back home. You will all have to return like a swarm of mosquitoes. The cycle of 84 births has now come to an end. Now remember me while alive. We are sitting here ready to go to heaven while alive. No one else is making preparations to go to heaven. If they had the happiness of going to heaven, they wouldn't look for cures for their illnesses, etc. You know, they don't go to heaven. We are now going to our sweet home. It is the home of God, the Father, the spiritual Shivalaya. The golden age is called the physical Shivalaya. We are making effort to go to that heaven. Baba has explained that the day of Brahma and the night of Brahma are very well known. I come when the night comes to an end. It wouldn't be said to be the day and night of Lakshmi and Narayan. Although they are the same ones, it is Brahma who has knowledge of the day and night. Their Lakshmi and Narayan don't have this knowledge, and it is therefore Brahma and the Brahmins who understand when it is the night of Shiv. The world does not know these things. Shiv is incorporeal, and so it has to be asked how he can come. You can do a lot of service on the birthday of Shiv. A kingdom is being established. The tree is very small as yet and it does experience storms. Other trees don't experience as many storms. They are all continuous to follow one after another. This is your new birth. The storms of Maya are also in front of you. No one else has to face the storms. Here, you experience storms of Maya while you are establishing this religion. The destination is very high. To become an emperor of the world is not anything new. You have gone through the storms many times and claim your fortune of the kingdom. In whatever way someone makes effort, others continue to have visions of them. The more progress you make, the more you will have visions of what status each one will claim. Everything can be known about what effort each one makes. It is not a matter of being poor or rich. You also heard the song, At last the day when Baba, the Lord of the poor, has come. Baba says, I don't have to give wealth to the wealthy. They are already wealthy. It is heaven for them here. They are millionaires. Earlier, hardly anyone was a millionaire. Now, people have millions hidden away in walls. However, none of it will be useful to anyone. The stomach doesn't need a lot. Those who accumulate wealth by cheating are probably unable to sleep. They worry in case the government comes to carry out a search. The father says, remember that this is the final time. Some people's wealth will now be buried underground, and some people's wealth will be looted by the government. Those who use it in the name of the Lord are unable to use it in a worthwhile way. The Lord is now making you into the masters of heaven. You now have to ensure yourselves with the Father. Death is just ahead. All your desires are now being fulfilled. The Father uplifts the poor. 1,000 rupees of a wealthy person are equal to 1 rupee of a poor person. Generally, it is the poor ones who come. Some would earn 100 rupees and others would earn 150. Some people in the world have millions. It is heaven for them here. They would never come here. Nor does Baba need them. Baba would say, you may build your buildings, etc., open centers. What am I going to do with the money? Sannyasis built many flats, etc. They have a lot of property. This chariot is also experienced. I have now come to make the poor ones wealthy. So now have courage. The money that millionaires have is not going to be of any use. Here, there is no question of money. The father simply says, Man Manabhav. There is no question of any expense. Those buildings that have been built are very simple and they are for you to live until the end. Your memorials exist here. You are now carrying out establishment in the living form. Those non-living memorials will then be destroyed. You should write that those who have been to Abu and haven't seen this temple and don't know their occupation haven't seen anything. You would say that we are the same ones sitting here now in living forms. We can explain the significance of those non-living images. We say that we are the same ones. Our non-living memorials has been created. This is a wonderful temple. It is a wonder. Mama, Baba and the children are sitting here in living forms. There are the non-living images. The main ones are Shiv, Brahma, Jagadamba and Lakshmi and Narayan. Everything is explained so well. Nevertheless, some belong to the Father and then divorce him. This too is nothing new. Some belong to the Father and then run away. We can even keep pictures of those who have run away. If you have firm faith, then create a picture of your kingdom and you will remain aware that you are to become double crown masters of heaven in the future. If you leave the Father, the crown will fall off. This too is wonderful thing to understand. Remember the Father, you receive the inheritance from him. This is called liberation in life in a second. Baba is making you worthy for the future. People make donations and perform charity for their next birth. That is temporary attainment. Through this study, you create your reward for your future 21 births. If someone follows the directions of this mother and father fully, they will be able to go across completely. The mother, the father would also be happy. If you don't put this into practice, your status will be reduced. Shivbaba says, I am altruistic. I am beyond any effect of experience, means abhokta. I don't eat this truly, etc. The sovereignty of this world is for you. The food and drink too is for you. I am just the servant. The time for me to come is also fixed. I give the fortune of the kingdom to my children every cycle and then go and sit in the land of nirvana. No one should forget the Father. The Father has come to give you the sovereignty of heaven. Even then, you forget him. You have been shown a very easy method to give anyone the Father's introduction. Just ask them, what is your relationship with the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul? What is your relationship with Brahma, the Father of people? Both are fathers. That one is incorporeal and this one is corporeal. If you say that the Father is omnipresent, how could you receive the inheritance? You receive Srimad from God. You became the most elevated ones by following Srimad. Acha, to the sweetest, beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance and good morning from the mother, the father, BapDada. The spiritual father says, Namaste to the spiritual children. The spiritual children says, Namaste and good morning to the spiritual father. Essence for the dharana. First point, while overcoming the storms of Maya, claim your full inheritance from the Father. Put the directions of the mother and father into practice. Second point, forget the old world and remember the new world. Ensure yourselves with the Father before you die. Blessing. May you be carefree and double light by going up and down the ladder of being a child and a master. Explanation. Always have the awareness as well as being a master. I am also a child. And as well as being a child, I am also a master. By being a child, you will always be carefree and double light, and by experiencing yourselves to be a master, you will have the spiritual intoxication of being a master. At the time of giving advice, you are a master. Then, when the majority finalize everything, you are a child. Being a child and a master is also a ladder. Sometimes climb the ladder and sometimes come down the ladder. Sometimes be a child and sometimes a master. And you will not have any type of burden. Slogan. Those who consider themselves to be Purush means soul, being, and make everything happen through their Rath means chariot or a body are true Purusharthis means effort makers. Om Shanti. Experience the stage of being merged in love. the main basis for success and service and for your own ascending stage is to have unbroken love for the Father. Let nothing except the one Father be visible. Baba in your thoughts, Baba in your words, and the Father's company in your actions. When you stay in the stage of being merged in love in this way and speak loving words, you will bind other souls with love. Just the one word Baba spoken by souls merged in love will work like a magic mantra. Om Shanti